On the eve of New Hampshire's first in the nation primary, two major candidates are in the running for the Republican nomination. And by tomorrow, at this time, it could just be one. Right now, it's down to Nikki Haley and Donald Trump. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropped out over the weekend and endorsed the former president. Soon, New Hampshire voters will hear the candidates' final arguments. Haley will cap off a busy day of campaigning with a rally in Salem. It starts in about an hour. And later this evening, Donald Trump is set to hold his final New Hampshire rally in the town of Laconia, where NewsNation has learned he will be joined by three of his former rivals. Experts say tomorrow's primary could be Haley's last and best chance to stop Trump. But polling there shows she's still behind him by double digits. We have team coverage tonight. NewsNation's Kellie Meyer joins us live from Hollis, New Hampshire. Joe Khalil is in Salem for that Haley rally starting in about an hour. But we'll start with Kellie. Kellie, what can we expect from former President Donald Trump when he takes the stage tonight?
Well, Elizabeth, we were here today in Hollis, New Hampshire, where his son was campaigning on his behalf while he was making his way back from New York City. So he was speaking to a packed room of supporters at this vineyard here in Hollis, and then he is going to be making his way back for another packed rally like we saw over the weekend as we've been covering him along the way. Don Jr. basically saying today that the race is basically over, and that was after they got that endorsement from his former rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Now they are saying that the party, all the other candidates and the rest of the party needs to unite behind his dad. Take a listen to this.
I appreciate Ron DeSantis doing what he's doing. At least he's a believer in the America First movement. You know, and he's been a great governor. And again, this is a time, as my father said in Iowa, for us to unify.
So they're really hoping that after this, Nikki Haley will be the next to drop out of the race, as you mentioned. And we confirm that those three former 2024 GOP presidential candidates will be joining Trump on stage tonight. That's South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, and businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, all who endorsed Trump in the last week alone, not to mention. And DeSantis jumping on that just yesterday. This all adding to this whole Veep stakes conversation. DeSantis being added to that list, as well as Tim Scott, Elise Stefanik, and Kari Lake, who we saw last night at Trump's rally. She got chance of VP when she walked into the room. Elizabeth?
Yes, but notably absent from that stage tonight at the Trump rally is Governor Ron DeSantis, who is back in Florida. Kellie Meyer, thank you so much. We'll have the first votes in New Hampshire in just about 6 hours and 50 minutes from now. All six, yes, count them six, registered voters in the small mountain town of Dixville Notch are expected to cast their votes at midnight. While the actual voting could take, well, most likely less than a minute, the results will be the first in a crucial race that will set the tone for the rest of the 2024 primary. Let's go now to NewsNation's Joe Khalil live in Salem, where Haley is set to speak in just a few moments. Joe, a lot on the line for Haley tomorrow.
Yeah, there is. And look, Elizabeth, now that this is a two-person race, Nikki Haley is clearly trying to draw more of a contrast between herself and Donald Trump. Now that it's mano a mano, she can focus exclusively on that. What does that mean for her and her campaign? It means that her lines of attack have been a lot more direct, a lot more assertive in recent campaign events, including today even. She raised questions about Donald Trump's mental fitness. She said that he has cozied up to dictators. She's painting herself as the stable candidate and Donald Trump as one whom chaos follows. And here's the difference right now between both of their paths, is Donald Trump has his base. She does not. So she is going to have to rely on turnout. She's going to have to build a coalition. That's clear from everyone we've spoken with. Nikki Haley's supporters are some traditional conservative Republicans, but also a lot of independents, even some Democrats who've become unregistered to vote for her. And she's been trying to make the case to those voters in the last couple of hours that Donald Trump and Joe Biden are on the same level when it comes to results. Now, whether her voters are going to buy that, we're going to find out in a couple of hours.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.